So, you have a free weekend, one of the rare free weekends that you get, and you decide, I'm going to watch an anime. But everything seems too long. There's too many seasons. You don't have that much time. You just have a couple days. So what are we going to watch? Well, don't worry, we got you covered, because today we're going to talk about anime that you can fit into a weekend, aka single season anime that you can binge. So that's our main topic today. I am your host, Dallin. I'm the dad in the Korra shirt. And I know that might be like a hot topic. You might already be like, oh, I'm turning off this podcast. They like Korra. But yeah, we do like Korra on this podcast. So
yeah,
you know
Korra's
what?
Awesome.
And with me, as always, is the man of manhwa, the manga maestro, the page sage. It is Tyler. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. Being a dad and going back to work at school has been kind of fun. Our kids start a little bit of preschool, like an early preschool, but
yeah,
my wife's like, I really want you there, and I'm like, I can't be there, and it's really frustrating because I know my kid will be fine. I'm more worried about Tuesday, like he'll go back full time. He'll do like 2 hours. Then like we'll be not there, and I think that might be the hardest thing for him. Is like mom isn't there. Grandma isn't there, dad isn't there, so I don't know this lady. Like he's gonna, I don't know this lady.
Yeah,
so that's my biggest worry.
The first time that they're kind of like in that social structure without parents is interesting. I think most kids will surprise you though and do really good because they just they just kind of look at what everybody else is doing and be like, okay, so this is kind of normal. Oh, they're just sitting there. Oh, those kids are playing over there, and then they kind of just figure it out and get into it. So it's one of those things that's, as a dad, you're stressed about a little bit.
So I took him to the library a couple times over the summer, and the first time I took him, it was kind of like a hot mess because like the lady who was reading the book did not have young children training, and it was kind of clear. Like, your mom's an elementary school teacher, and I was like, you have to get their attention, and she was talking over them, and they weren't paying attention, and my son is sitting there like, story time is supposed to be fun. And no one's listening to you. So he's like watching and trying to focus, and kids are breaking rules, like shouting out and like not letting her read. And he's like, and he kind of like is like, this isn't fun. And so like he like looked away and was like, Dad, can we just go? And I'm like, yeah, we can go. The next time I took him though, the regular person was there, and she was just like bubbly, and she made sure everyone was quiet, and it was like, she set expectations, and it was like really great. And so I think he's going to be a kid who struggles with like chaos. Like if there's like, he might just tune out chaos. Like that's what he does.
Yeah, I could see that. That definitely is. He's only child, and that you kind of don't get exposed to the crazy siblings and. Yeah.
Like my mom and dad, like on Christmas, like it was like a free for all. Like I'd run in, my sister would run in, and it was like rip open the presents. My kid, he's like, I'll take it nice and slow. I want to play with this toy. And my brother was the type that would like fold the paper back up and like, we could reuse this.
That's awesome.
So I'm nervous for the preschool stuff, but
well,
it's just a natural growing pain.
Yeah, he'll surprise you, I'm sure. You'll be just like, dang, this kid is just resilient and like he behaves well, and like I don't really have anything to worry about.
And he's like getting to the point where like I don't know if any other dads out there have like done like you have toddlers, that like there's a moment right before they drop their nap, their final nap, that like my son is in his bedroom now, like, so he has a nap during the day, and then we get to him to bed at 8:00, which has always been his bedtime, and we lay him down, and then he starts singing, and he starts talking to his, like, he has stuffed animals in there, and he's just going ham on whatever's in his crib, having a blast, and it's like he's not sleeping anymore. And I'm like, we might have to drop the last nap.
He's getting too much sleep now.
And my wife is like, wait after the first week of preschool. Just wait, and we'll readjust because he's gonna get this whole thing that's gonna add extra things to making him tired. He might still need that nap. Yeah. Because preschool's in the morning and then nap comes later, so he might be worn out by the time nap time comes.
That's true. That's smart. Yeah. Wait and see. The wait and see approach is always a good one.
Yeah.
So I've been watching One Piece with my little guy, and the last couple of nights when he's gone to bed, he's gone, One Piece, na 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 na, One Piece, and he's just singing
And those
that.
early songs are just sick. They're awesome. So where are you guys at in that?
We are getting to Alabasta, so they got the girl, the
Robin?
princess
Oh, so Vivi.
of yeah, and so
Yeah.
it's I guess it's that weird organization that I forget the name of all of a sudden with like their spies and stuff. That's kind of what they're doing with it now.
Yeah. It's like the
Why is it
Baroque
escaping me?
Works.
The Broke Works. Yep.
Yeah. And
So
it's
that's
with
kind of where we're at.
Crocodile.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're gonna love, like, the lore starts dropping now. So
Yeah.
like there's already like the pirate lore, like you did Loge Town, right?
Which was an amazing episode.
Whiskey
Well,
Peak.
I know it's multiple episodes, but on One Piece, it's a single episode, and I liked it a lot.
Did you get to see Dragon?
Remind me, who's Dragon?
Okay, so Smoker is the Marine that's
Yes.
guarding Loge Town, right?
Yeah.
Smoker's notorious for taking on people. Smoker is a hockey
The guy
user.
who shows up at the end. Yeah, super.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, so sick, and we don't know his fruit like at all. Like,
that's awesome.
We're thinking he has like a god tier fruit. We think he has like the rain fruit, right? Like he controls the weather is my theory.
That would make so much sense because the lightning that spares Luffy, and they're like, it's an active god, and it's like, yeah, he's the hero. Like, of course he's gonna get Deus Ex Machina out of this thing.
And then so you get to Alabasta, right? So you got to see Whiskey Peak, which is skippable. It is totally skippable.
We watched that, yeah.
And there's a scene with Zoro out in front of the bar at night. And this scene is like so sick to me because Zoro's like the whole crew gets wasted.
Yeah.
And Zoro wakes up, and Zoro is always sleeping during the day. But when the people try to go attack Luffy at Whiskey Peak, what does Zoro do?
Yeah, he steps in and like duels him off. Basically, it's so good.
But like this is Zoro's job on the ship. He literally sleeps during the day and is awake at night and like protects the whole ship. Like it's so like there's little details like that throughout the whole show. And Alabasta just has so much more. And Baroque Works is so great. And like this is where Luffy's taken on. Like Crocodile, you might think is like a low level person.
Well, he's a warlord, so he's
a warlord. He's not weak. Yeah. He's not weak. Compared to some of the other players,
his bounty is 4 times that of Arlong. So, according to the laws of One Piece, he should be 4 times more powerful.
Yeah. So currently, we're at a currency that's way too big, like in the average series. I'm sure you've seen the shirts of like Wanted, and it's like Luffy with white hair. Like it's by the time you get to Wano, it's like, okay, the numbers don't mean anything anymore. But how did you guys like Buggy? Did your son like Buggy?
Yeah, I think he was just kind of like, what the heck?
That's weird.
This guy's weird. Yeah.
Buggy is going nowhere. He will be there the whole time.
Yeah.
He's a long haul character, and I love all the characters. But Vivi does also seem like kind of like a throwaway character. Is not a throwaway character.
Yeah, well, I mean, immediately it's like ties into the political portion of the plot, and I'm like, okay, that's cool.
And we get a reunite with her. The voice actor for her dad recently passed away, which was really upsetting. He got to do I think the last part though that he was in for his character. And then oh gosh, you also probably got Mr. 3.
Yeah, we got like Mr. 3, Miss Sunday, like I can't remember all the names.
And Mr. 3 is the candle dude, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, not a throwaway character. Like I'm telling you, like there was
the booger flicker. That's who we watched.
Oh my gosh.
And then Zoro cuts it in half and is like, ew, I caught a bugger.
And then you got to see the Giants too, and they did their cool blast and got them out of that. Yeah, it was sick, dude. I can't believe you're watching One Piece, and this whole episode's turned into like a One Piece fanboy moment. But let's I've been watching Dragon Ball with my kid, and Goku just went full ape man. He looked at the moon, and I told my kid, like my kid was going around all day going, Grandma, I'm gonna watch the episode of Dragon Ball, can I watch it with you? And he's like, oh, and she's like, no, you should watch that with your dad. And he's like, but if there's a secret, and I gotta know it. And she's like, "What's the secret?" He's like, "I don't know. My dad won't tell me." I'm like, "You gotta watch." So like, there was like he had to watch the Ox King of Fire Mountain because he
Yeah.
gets the Kamea wave,
Yep.
right? And then we were like, "Okay, you gotta watch this part with like the Wish with the Dragon and Goku going like full ape." And then so now we get Krillin, and I'm like, my wife's like, who's Krillin? And I'm like, no, you got to watch the Turtle arc now.
Yeah, the
You
turtle
got to watch
training
the
arc.
whole. It's the best arc.
It's so good. They literally run around with turtle shells that are like 100 pounds or something like that for like a month or something.
But it finishes with Master Roshi's tournament, right?
Yeah,
And Master Roshi steals the tournament from a child.
he sure does.
I was like,
Jackie Chun.
yeah, it's so great. And he uses a move that he never uses again in the entire series to pin Goku in the sky. And it's like, why didn't you use that when Vegeta and them showed up?
Because plot holes.
Yeah,
Because he forgot he wrote it. He didn't have the One Piece wiki to lean on.
No, he didn't.
So,
but let's talk about short animes.
Yeah, let's get into
Not
here we're talking about
500.
long animes. The one of the longest of all times, and then Dragon Ball. When you add Dragon Ball Z, Kai, like all the super, like everything, GT, man, you're in the thousands too.
Well, GT's long. GT's long.
So we're gonna talk about the opposite of these anime here. So, yeah, like we teased in the intro, this is going to be an anime you can fit into a weekend. I didn't put any specific, like, rules around the episode count or, like, anything like that, or if there's ongoing seasons. It's just, hey, this is what's out now. There's one season out now, something you can watch in, a Friday, Saturday, maybe a Sunday, spills over into Sunday. So nothing crazy, right? So let's get into it. I think for me, I can go first here. I put down 9, and I don't know if
you did way more work than I did. I put down 3.
I don't know if we'll go through all 9, and I wasn't sure if you guys would have duplicates, and so that's why I was like, I should probably get a couple extra just in case. So I'll start with one that you can watch on Netflix, so you don't even have to have Crunchyroll for this one, and that is Devilman Crybaby. Now, this one is 10 episodes. Like I said, it's on Netflix. This is, we'll say trigger warning for anybody who kind of gets squeamish with like body horror. This is definitely in that realm. It's a really just dark, brutal anime with a lot of blood and guts. And sometimes that's just what you want for a weekend. You just had to work with some crazy people all week long. You're like, damn it, I want to see murder. So then you watch Devilman Crybaby.
So like, when you're saying like it's body horror and things like that, Devilman Crybaby has come up on tons of lists as well as a solid anime. Have you watched it?
Yes.
So what do you think makes people like latch on to that one so hard?
I think one, it just is reminiscent of those old anime where they were just like, hey, we aren't going to shy away from anything. Like if someone gets messed up, they get messed up and you get to see it. So it's one of those just kind of like borderline edgy anime, but it's also like demonic, and I know people love that like dark kind of like gothic vibe. So it's like a devil possessing a human. He gets like superpowers basically from it. There's all sorts of crazy, like I said, body horror. Like there's this scene, it's like in the first or second episode where they're in an adult club and all the strippers' boobs turn into like demon mouths and start eating people.
I've seen this. Gosh, I was thinking, I've never seen this, but nope, I've seen this.
Yeah.
I have a clear vision in my head of what it looks like.
And I want to say it was Science Saru who did this. And if you know Science Saru, then you know Dandadan. And I'm pretty sure they did this one. So that would be my first recommendation. But again, trigger warning, it's not for everyone.
Okay, so then like I now have 4 because I'm listening to what you're saying and like, okay, so you maybe you're like dark themes, but it's like, okay, Hellsing Ultimate is it's a short anime, the remake of it, the OVA, but like maybe you don't have time for all like, what is it like? Isn't it like it's a couple? It's
Hellsing Ultimate is 10 episodes because I also have,
but they're long.
I think they're like 40-minute episodes. Yeah. Like they weren't trying to fit it into the 24-hour or 24-minute like TV slot.
These are remade very slowly, mind you. Like they came out very slow, and they're very good quality. Like I would say they would hold up against some of the more modern animation now. Like
Easily. Yeah, I just
easily.
watched it last October and it
Yeah.
was on like pretty much on par with Jujutsu Kaisen. Like it's
Yeah.
good. It's up
It's
there.
solid, it's beautiful, it's a well-told story, and if you watch the OVAs, they follow the manga perfectly.
Yeah.
Like it is just like so solid, and I loved it. Now, I remember on old Adult Swim, Hellsing that came out that
The
like had
original?
caught, yeah, that came up that caught out to the manga, and they
Yeah.
had to like figure out what to do. It's 14 episodes long,
Okay.
fitting into a 25-30 minute time slot, and it's got some unique art, and I love the intro for it. So if you like that 90s early 2000s kind of art style, that original Hellsing is really solid for that. And like it's kind of cool to see the transformation from that to the new one. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's doable to watch both in a weekend. Like if you've got a lot of time on your hands, like watch Hellsing and then watch Hellsing Ultimate, and
Yes.
you will
And
you won't be disappointed.
if you're like why Helsing? Like obviously you're thinking probably vampires because you hear Helsing. Why Helsing? Because it's vampires versus Nazis. It doesn't get any cooler than that.
And the vampires are the good guy. Well, they're
Kind of
the
good guy.
anti-heroes. They're the
Yeah.
anti-heroes, but the Nazis are the bad guys. And so you don't get Nazis in the original. You get Nazis in the OVA. In
Yeah.
the original, you get him against this other demon, and the seal releases that he does in the OVA. You're like, those were coming out during the whole like original one, and I was like, oh my god, I want to know more. I want to know more. And his transformations are sick.
Yeah.
They're just awesome. So horror,
And you
if
get
you're
a
going in that
crazy
line.
cool priest too.
But yeah,
So
in either one, you
yep.
watch either one, and you're like, oh, the father's awesome, right?
Mhm.
He's so sick, and his like, batons,
Yeah.
his
Uh,
bayonets. I'm like, oh my
and
gosh,
they
these are crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
so cool, so
And
cool.
if you love the anime like trope where glasses wearing character looks in the light and their eyes stay like illuminated, you get a bunch of that good stuff here too.
Well, dude, and it's cool
So
because they do that really cool glasses thing where it's like you can't see their eye, but then like they'll zoom in and go through the lens, and it's like
yeah.
bright red, like demonic eye, and you're like, oh, cool. I'm
Yeah,
all
it's
about
good
that.
stuff. Trigger warning on that one too. It is pretty
Lots of
bloody and
blood.
violent.
It's
There's
it's
also
vampires.
a salty type of scene. So it's
Well,
kind of rough.
I mean, like, okay, so if you've like read like Interview with a Vampire, if you understand like Dracula, like one assault is like in the lore.
It's part of it,
They're
yeah.
in the lore of vampires is in there because it's vampires. There's mind manipulation. There's a bunch of different stuff, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, all the characters still come out healthy in a certain way. Like I like the ending
Yeah.
of OVA because it's a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I hope one day they make more. I don't know that they ever will, but I think it's cool. I think they could.
I think as a manga too, it wrapped up so
Yeah,
well.
it's true. It's like almost like don't ask for it because then it'll come back and be terrible.
There's not
Just be
much to
happy with
do.
what you got.
I think like if someone had a similar idea, it could do well today. Like if they had a very similar idea, it could do well today. But I think this is something that should stay where it is because they did such a good job with it.
Yeah. Okay, I got another one for you. It's a short 12 episodes. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. It is one season, and as far as I know, there will only ever be one season, and it is called Death Parade. This one is there is a bar in the afterlife. So when you die,
Okay.
you go to this bar, and there's a bartender who serves you a drink, and then you have to play a game. And it's usually like bowling or like darts or like poker, like it's just all these different kinds of games. But basically it's the bartender's job to judge if you were a good person or a bad person in life.
Okay.
And then
So
you go to hell or you get reincarnated.
so this is like the Egyptian like weighing your heart, but they're doing it
Yeah.
through games.
Yes.
I'm looking at some of the shots. Like they have thought through some of the back panel, like the backgrounds, really well. For example, in Death Parade, the butler is standing in the stained glass, which clearly mimics a dartboard. With a bullseye
Yeah.
in the middle. It has the same layout. This is really interesting. I've never heard of this one.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
good, and it's quick, and it's basically episodic. Like, there is, like, kind of an overarching thing, but it's not really explored that much.
would you say like kind of anthology?
Yeah, a
Like,
little bit of anthology. It's just like every episode is two new people coming down to get judged, and you find out through the game. Basically, the game is designed to like make them crack because the stakes get upped or pressure comes in or like the rules change, and it sort of makes them crack. And then you get to see like what they were actually like in life. And so sometimes you're like, oh, this is the good person and that's the bad person. And then when you get to the end, you're like, nope, it's flip flopped, and that person was actually good the whole time. So it's kind of one of those shows. But yeah, it's a ton of fun, and again, easy, quick, 13 episodes
wow.
or
I mean,
12 episodes.
I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, so I have a shorter one. It's 6 episodes. It is
Okay.
Fooly Cooley,
Yes.
FLCL, and it is okay. So I have been touting Fooly Cooley since I was in high school. I love Fooly Cooley. I watched it in one weekend because Adult Swim used to do a Fooly Cooley marathon. They would just put it
Nice.
on one weekend, and it would be all 6 episodes, all in a row. So if your schedule was clear, you just sat down. You got to watch all 6 of them. You got to watch it from beginning to end, and that was just the best thing for me. Fooly Cooley is like a fever dream meets a story about I guess aliens and a sentient TV like and a pirate lord in space. I don't know, like it's really hard, and look, it's not about the story. That's all I
Yeah.
can say. It's about the comedy. It's funny as hell to
The
me.
animation style.
The
Oh, it's
animation
so
style
crisp.
and the movement. There
Yeah.
is strong movement, awkward moments, then re-highlighted with like crazy cool moments, but then every episode leaves you going, what, why?
Yeah.
Except for the ending. The ending, your brain is just exploding. You're just like, what is going on? And all I want is just more, or I want someone to go back and drag it out a little bit for me.
So they did more Fooly Cooley. They did
Mm-hmm.
two like different seasons. Well, actually three at this point, because there's alternative,
Yeah.
something else, and then Gauze or something came out. And I watched I think I watched alternative, and it's such a letdown compared. It's still like okay, but like it's nothing like the original. So if you're
Well,
gonna
because
watch Fooly Cooley, go for the OG.
the pacing of Fooly Cooley is insanely
Yeah,
fast. Like if you you need to be watching, like watching the
yeah,
whole time. It is a full 24-ish minutes, like the whole time.
yeah. It's a fever dream. I think the best word to describe it would be sploinky. I don't
Yeah.
know how else to say it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you like guitars, you like sentient TVs, you like female, like I don't know, like I don't antagonist almost like
Kinda, yeah.
yeah, like anti-hero, and then like a know nothing teenage lead, right? Like, and it all just kind of plays out into a galactic issue that threatens the safety of the earth, and it's awesome. And I swear to God, bushy brow eyebrows from Mob Psycho's there. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's a trip. And it's 6 episodes. So what, like, really you're gonna give up what, 1, 2, maybe 3 hours of your time if
Yeah.
you skip through the music? Like
You
you're
could
not
probably
even gonna
two
give up
hours
that.
really, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
two
could
hours
fit
of
it
your
in there.
time. And so like if
Easy.
you are bored, 2 hours is nothing.
Yeah.
I'll be grading tonight, so 2 hours is nothing.
Okay, I'll do another one that's on Netflix. So if you don't have Crunchyroll, you can watch this one. It's pretty new as well. Well, the manga, the source material is old, but it is a new adaptation, and it is called Pluto. And it is Astro Boy kind of like beginnings. And Pluto is like one of the villains of that, like the
So now
villain
this
of
is
that.
one of the ones that like came out like within the last like year, is that
Yeah.
right?
That
And
was I'm
it
pretty sure it was last
sweeps.
summer.
Like it did pretty good last summer. Like it was one of the ones from last year that people were like, this is a good anime to go watch.
Yeah, it's 8 episodes, but they kind of cheated and made it like it's each episode's almost an hour. So it's kind of long, but not not nearly as
That's
long
like
as a lot of
that's
other
like
anime.
16 anime episodes roughly.
Yeah, so it's longer than an average anime, but not super long. But it has really good animation. It has a really interesting premise. Not all the episodes hit, but the ones that do are just like, dang, if you like a good cyberpunk story, if you like a good detective story, one of those sort of like dystopian sci-fis, it kind of hits all of those things. Yeah, it's really good. It's one of those thinky thinks kind of anime, so it's fun.
So I kind of like that you chose that one because that one's just sounds so like because like I've been looking at Astro Boy lately and being like, why did that hit that when it hit and like why was it so cool,
Yeah,
right? Like and why is it still like it's not like talked about people aren't out there buying Astro Boy stuff, but it's still cool. Like if you go and look at Astro Boy, it's not lame, it's still
yeah,
cool. So
it's
I think it's cool to see something kind of reliving that idea, like,
yeah,
and I like that.
absolutely.
And then I was listening to this Clint Eastwood by the Gorillas, and
For
I
the
was like, I
gorillas,
really
yeah.
like this the way they do like their music, and I was thinking what like it brought back into my head the same way I liked the music. And again, I'm Adult Swim is the one that gave me all these short animes that I really really
Yeah.
loved. But Samurai Champloo is my favorite short
Yeah.
anime. And like I've been thinking about like because like even when you're old in your 30s, you're still trying to figure out who you are sometimes. So like I've been trying to
Yeah.
make sure that like I'm honest with myself lately, and like so like what music do I like? And I was listening to the Black Keys, and I never have been like a fan, but then I was listening and I was like, no, I know this song. I like this song. I'm a fan. Like I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
And like I realized that like I like Samurai Champloo. I don't talk about it enough. I love it compared to other animes, and it's just from beginning to end is a solid trip. I love like I think it's stronger at the beginning,
Yeah.
but I do think it's good even to the end if you watch it. I think it falls in that range about 12, 13 episodes. I don't think it's that long.
I think it's
Or am I
I want to say it's
crazy?
in the 20s. But it might have been a two core anime, so it was just like a back-to-back kind of thing. But even then, the 20 episodes is definitely
Oh,
watchable in a weekend.
22, 22.
There you go.
So I don't care. I think 22 is doable, and maybe it's two
Easy.
weekends for you. You watch, yeah, like 26 actually, if we really want to get into it. 26, I think. But here's the thing: 26 is like all of Full Metal is like 50 if you watch the original.
60 something, yeah.
Yeah, not that long for a total anime to get the whole story. Like you're talking Naruto's 300 episodes for the original series, another 200 something for the final series. Bleach is just it just keeps going. One Piece is 1,000 plus. So
Yeah.
like I'm
I think
thinking
you
like
could do Samurai Champloo in about 10 hours.
yeah, and I
So it's
think
definitely within a weekend if you really do have nothing to do.
but if we're going back to like Death Parade, right, and we're talking about episodic, Samurai Champloo you can pick up, put down, and
Yeah,
still know what's going on. It's not
easy.
it's not like you can't pick it up. It's like not like it's not like Inuyasha. Like when a plot device happens in Inuyasha, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I needed to know that, right?
It's kind of
That
like
does,
Cowboy Bebop because
yeah,
and honestly same creator where it's like
yeah.
there is like this overarching plot, right? They're going for the sunflower samurai, right? But it's more episodic. There's more just like you're watching, okay, in this episode they're in this town and they have a duel or they're meeting a guy, here, whatever. So it's like
And
it's broken out a
and
little bit
there's
differently.
there's setup, then there's rising action, falling action, end of
Yeah.
episode. It's every time. It's very formulaic, but the music, the art design, the character creation, the world that they made, like
Yes.
it's old Japan, but gosh, they made it cool.
But it's
And
hip hop old Japan.
yeah, and like the gambling was like my favorite part. Like when he would
Yeah.
go in and gamble and they were like cheating, he'd be like, "Ah, you're cheating," and he's like a samurai with quick moves, and he's cheating, and it's like this is so cool, right? Like
The
it's just like
intro alone is worth the watch.
yeah,
The
and
music, the way that it looks, oh man. It's
my
like
favorite
so good.
episode is the one where they're gonna be executed, and then like it's like it rewinds the episode,
Yeah.
and then you watch the whole thing forward, and it's
And then
so
you watch it
good.
from Jen's perspective, and then it goes back, and then you watch it from Mugen's perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, and these are all just such beautifully done episodes. So if you want to like a quality, enjoyable show that's not like a long investment. Like you could be done with it in a week. You could be done with it in a couple weeks if you want to take your time with it. This is an easy one to do. And like, you're not going to feel sad when you leave the
Yeah.
whole thing. You're going to be like, that was a trip.
And good. And just
Yeah.
so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel
So
like
good.
you can't talk about Samurai Champloo and not talk about Cowboy Bebop. Like,
You
it's the
can't.
same
Yeah.
creator. If you're watching the English version, you're watching Steve Blum as the voice of Mugen and Spike. And they're both so similar where it's that kind of like formulaic, 13, 20, whatever episodes it is. And you can just, you can watch it in a weekend if you want to, or you can drag it out and go 2 weekends if you want. The action is great. The characters are great. I would say those two are so similar and but also so different for various reasons. But if you like one, I guarantee you'll like the other. So if you haven't
Absolutely.
checked out Samurai Champloo, but you have watched Cowboy Bebop, you're doing yourself a disservice by not watching Samurai Champloo.
And
So do
honestly, it's literally the backdrop of my computer screen right now. It's just Mugen with his sword and Jin in the background, and it's a big red setting sun. And it's just
Love
like
it.
I just love the stylistic choices made in that show.
Yeah.
Like it brings me back to a comforting place for some reason. And it's not because it's like it's not there's so much violence in it, but it's like this is comforting for some reason.
Yeah, it's like, so Baz Luhrmann, he's like an American director. He did like
Hmm.
Elvis, and
Okay.
he's done a bunch of other things where he kind of does like he brings modern music to like an old timey setting. And so like in
Yeah.
the Elvis movie, it's more like more rock and roll, and there's more going on. And I think he did like there's a couple others that he did where he brought like Great Gatsby, and he brought like pop and rap and stuff into it. This is like that, but for anime, where it's like, hey, let's bring some like cool jazz and hip hop beats and like bring that to a old school Japanese samurai show. Like
Yeah.
it's just it shouldn't work, but somehow it works so well.
But when you watch like if you watch Netflix's Age of the Samurai, which is just a great documentary
Yeah, so cool.
it's so cool, right? And you're like, oh, samurai gangsters don't, that's not a thing. No, that's totally a thing. Like these guys were just hardcore, and when like the rap kind of comes in and Jin's walking down the street, you're like, Jin's so cool. And then it's like, boom, he cuts someone open. It's like, oh geez.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
cool.
it. I love it. So what do you got? 'Cause that's my big one. That's my
Ooh.
like
All
my
right.
my coup d'etat. Like it's like
Let's see.
that's the best one.
I had Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop on here, so
Those are
we'll
talking more
scratch
down now.
those off. Let's see. I talked about Pluto. Okay, here we go. Here's one. Another new one. You can watch this one. I think this is on Netflix. But I'm pretty sure it is. Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
You think
Is
this is
one.
good? Because like I'm the original person who bought Cyberpunk and was super upset, and so anything I see with the name Cyberpunk, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not touching that.
So oh man, I was the same. I bought Cyberpunk day one, and mind you, this was back in the PS4 days. I know that feels like so long ago, but also not that long ago. The game was absolutely unplayable on PlayStation 4. So I was one of the few that actually got a refund from Sony, and Sony was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like, we are so sorry that this piece of junk actually shipped." And so I was one of those people, and I was like, I'm never touching this game again. But at the same time,
I played it to the end. I played it to the end, and I remember playing
mine was
it,
unplayable. I literally could not go forward.
Yeah, I remember hitting the gas pedal on the car, and then the map just disappearing as I'm driving too fast, and then suddenly my car would stop, and then the animation would kick in, and my car would be in the air, and I'd be like,
Just
"What is
blown up.
going on?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, and everyone's like, "You got to replay. It's a totally different game now." And I'm like, I still have bad taste in my mouth.
Okay. You have to also understand, these are the guys who made The Witcher 3. So if you know Tyler, if you know myself, that's Witcher 3 is one of our favorite games of all time. Like it's definitely up there. So you come into it thinking you're getting a Witcher 3 level product, and then you get that. So it's so jarring.
So
but
now, what about the anime?
So before we get to the anime, I will say I did play the game again. I bought it with the DLC, and I was like, I'll give it another chance. So much better. It's actually a great game. It just was undercooked. But now that it's like actually playable and like the DLC is great, there's a cool story, like, man, they really had something, and they just kind of shot themselves in the foot with it. But I think they were smart enough to know we have something good, and they rolled it out they did a book, they did like a comic series, and now they've got an anime, and it hits on all the right notes. It is so good. It is so tragic because you can't really have a good cyberpunk tale if it doesn't end in some sort of tragic way. These aren't the heroes that saved the day. These are the street scum who got lucky and then ended up eating shit. That's the story of those
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, and I really so like what I did like about the game was I did like the story, I did like the setting, and I actually like the villains. The villains were somewhat believable. Like obviously, like if you've got a dude who's just been like dismantled into a mech that lives forever, right? Like
Yeah.
that
Adam
like
Smasher, baby.
yeah, why aren't we all Atom Smashers then? Right? Why is there just one
Yeah.
Atom Smasher, right? But like at the same time, it was really fun to
Well,
like
and it's cool to see the villain being a corporations because
yeah.
like you're like that's today. It's Amazon
Well,
versus Walmart versus Apple
so
versus
like
you know what I mean? It's like
what would be what's the name of the corporation again? Do you
uh
remember?
there's there's oh gosh, Arasaka,
Yeah,
there's
Arasaka.
Militech, and
So
there's another one too. I can't
so
remember.
so like Arasaka, I'm like, who would be Arasaka today? And I was like, oh, it's
Jeff
Amazon.
Bezos.
It's Amazon. Like, and then like I'm like, okay, so who would be Militech? And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking
It's Elon Musk.
Palantir or Elon Musk. I'm thinking
Yeah.
Palantir or what is it? What is
The AI, Open AI or
yeah,
whatever.
Grok.
Yeah.
Grok.
Jeez. Yeah, no, and the
uh,
whole time I'm like, if you read a news article that was like, a man invented a chip that he could store his brain in, and then when he died, he can just upload it into
That's
another
Bezos.
thing,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's Jeff
Bezos.
Bezos, you'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, not
And then he'd
surprising.
make AC for his AI workers, but not for his real ones.
It has some amazing episodes, and the ending is tragic and amazing, and the characters are all pretty lovable, and there's a little bit for everyone. There's, the strong stoic type. There's the crazy insane girl. There's the sleek, smart, sexy girl. Like it's got everything. So, all the tropes you would want.
Okay. Yeah. So like I feel like that like I feel like they have a story there too. So like and I think in the game they had characters that weren't totally fleshed out, but like could have been better. So I think like if you're judging off the game, don't there was also like a Witcher like uh I don't know, show or movie that came out
Yeah.
also after like the series kind of started to
Sirens of in the Deep or something. Sirens of the
something like
Sleep.
that. And like some of them were really good. Like I watched the animated ones and I was like, oh, these are good. These aren't bad. So, but I will point out there are. So I don't know if you consider this anime. I have one more after this, but I don't know if you consider this anime. But Arcane season one, that a 9 episode chunk was
Ooh.
with Jinx like at the end, like it. Like I still haven't watched season two, so like I don't
What?
know. Yeah, I have been so naughty, but I will
Oh
pick it up. I
no.
will pick it up, but because I want to watch it with my wife and like we're
Yeah.
like doing different stuff right now.
Yeah.
But like I loved season one and there was I was heart wrenched like during the whole thing and it was only 9 episodes. So like when it was over, you were like, why? Why would you end it here? But
Yeah.
it was so well done. So well done.
Yeah, the next season is also really, really great. And I think also it's 9 episodes as well. So that one together, 2 seasons you could fit in a weekend if you were dedicated.
Yeah.
You could fit both of those. And man, that is such a good show. Who knew that just the lore of a video game with the right writers and the right people involved with it could just be one of the best stories
Yeah,
told
From
in the last
Software, what
decade.
are you doing?
Hey, the Elden Ring movie's going to be coming out soon. We got the
Oh my gosh.
Sekiro anime.
Okay, so the Sekiro anime I found out is not AI made. It is none of that touched it. It is
Yeah,
hand
it's
drawn.
handmade. Yeah,
Dude, it is sick. I
I
sat
know.
down and
Everyone
watched
hating
the
on it.
trailer. I watched the trailer and I'm like, oh my God, I do not know. Why would anyone complain? This is exactly what I want. And I'm going to lose it because it is literally the freaking game.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
And it's got that handcrafted love that it just reminds me of a 90s anime. And I know I've said this on the channel before, but like I absolutely love 90s anime style. There's just something about it. The human touch is there, and Sekiro, the trailer has that. I was just like blown away. I'm like, the humanity lives on. It's right there in that anime. You can feel the passion from the animators on every frame. It looks so good.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna throw a weird curveball at you. It's gonna be weird.
Okay.
No judgment here. It's Romantic Killer. I've said this before. Romantic Killer on Netflix is a solid one season anime. You watch it with your significant other, watch by yourself. It is a good comedy romance. It's
Okay.
solid. It's about it's a gingered redhead like girl in Japan. She's in high school. She's living kind of like that like she runs into I don't know, like fairy godmother kind of creature
Okay.
who is like, she's undateable, she doesn't want to date anyone, and they're gonna make her fall in love with someone. So like it whisks her parents away on a crazy like vacation and said, now you live alone. Then the protagonist meets like the romance part, and his phone gets destroyed, his apartment gets flooded, now he has to spend the night in her apartment, and it's like this like forced
Just
love
like
relationship.
circumstance. Yeah.
But like she develops these really good friendships during it, and you're like, is she gonna date, is she not, like, and like it's really fun, it's just so much fun. So
Nice.
Romantic Killer is a solid, so I did a whole puzzle with my wife while I watched it. I liked it the whole time. I
Nice.
loved it.
There you go. That's a solid choice. I've got two more, and
Okay.
then we could be done. So I've one. I know I've talked about this one before on the channel, but it fits the criteria. It is a
Mhm.
short, 13 episodes. It is one season. It is a complete story. There will not be other season. You don't have to worry about it. It's just episode 1 to episode 13. That's your story, and it's perfect. And it's called Odd Taxi, and
Oh, okay,
it's
yeah.
like a crime thriller where you've got this taxi driver who is a walrus who gets caught up in this crazy mob story. There's weird commentary on social media and uh, maybe body dysmorphia.
Wait,
There's a
so
lot of weird stuff
I'm
in this show. It's
I'm
so
getting a
good.
theme here. I'm getting a theme of like, okay, so we like fever dreams. Like if FLCL, like it sounds like Odd Taxi, right? Like,
Yeah, there's a reason though, because okay, if I wanted to watch something normal, I would
yeah.
just turn on TV. But like the point of anime is nothing is off limits. If you can think it, you can draw it, it can be a reality. And that's like the biggest draw for me to anime. That's why you love stuff like Dragon Ball Z. You're never going to see some dude glow up and gain 400 pounds of muscle and beat the shit
Oh
out
my
of
gosh.
somebody and then shrink
So
back down. Like
uh,
it's not going to happen.
I
But you can get that in
immediately
anime.
I immediately went to our podcast today. Like in my mind, I was playing Night Rain with my brother, and the newest drop is the doggo from the very first boss you
Oh, yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah.
And he goes full Super Saiyan. I'm not kidding. He like lights up on fire. The ground explodes. If you're too close, you're screwed. Like, and I was like, Dallin would just immediately connect with this. We would both be like, it's Super Saiyan 3.
Goku.
It's what it was. He's got 3 heads. It's 3 Super Saiyans. Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And so, yes, the crazier the anime, the more fever dreamish it is, the more weird, the crazier the art style gets, the more I fall in love with it. So, yeah,
So
Fooly Cooly, Odd Taxi,
I
those are
feel
all
like
my favorites.
Chainsaw Man is the where I kind of like, it's harder to draw the line there because that one got weird.
I love
But
Chainsaw Man.
yeah,
I know
but
I might be in the minority of like at least like 30-year-olds. Like I know like 12-year-old boys probably love Chainsaw Man,
they're
but
all looking at power. They're all
yeah,
looking
I'm a
at power.
12-year-old boy at heart. Okay,
Yeah.
so I like the trope of him just
I
being
actually
like,
like,
my goal is to touch boobs. That's his whole goal as a main character.
I love the lore behind the idea that the things that scare us make it like real.
Yeah,
Because like I'm thinking about it, my wife is not scared of anything. Like you scare her, it's really hard to get her to scream or jump. But
yeah.
do you know what does get her? Chainsaws. It's the only
So she
thing.
would be afraid of the Chainsaw Devil.
Yeah, and it makes sense though. It's an innate, like it's
It can hurt
grindy.
you.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
could easily. It's like a wood chipper, right? Like, and I totally get it. Like, it makes sense why it's so scary and why the main character gets this kind
yeah.
of. It's a balanced power too, because like the gun one also made sense. I was like, no wonder that would like blow through the
Yeah,
whole
all the
world.
wars that everybody knows what a
Yeah,
gun is capable of.
yeah,
Yeah, it's scary. But with that one though, like, yeah, okay, Chainsaw Man is juvenile or whatever. But if you read the manga, not just the anime, because the anime stops and he's still that way. But if you read the manga, the character growth is there. It's
yeah.
about learning to like not be controlled just because you are a horny little
Yeah,
bastard,
but
and
also,
like learning to self-respect yourself.
he's like, I think this is the thing. He has when he starts out life, he's being controlled. We find him, he's indebted and he's being controlled, and it ruins his life, right? Then the next place that picks him up is going to it's going to ruin his life if he continues to let them control him. And as he learns more about himself, right, and gains control over himself, right, becomes the
Yeah.
master of his own being, he gains freedom, right, because he learns
Mhm.
more about himself, like master of
He
thyself,
gets
and then
more
nothing.
confident. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just yeah.
like a
There's
Marcus
a lot
Aurelius kind of
there.
moment, like master yourself first, and then like
Yeah,
you'll be okay, kind of moment, like
but yeah, that. But then at the end of the day, he's still just a horn dog. So
yeah. But I mean, like that's a static trait for him, right?
yeah,
But he is growing as a person, so I think
yeah,
that's cool. I
absolutely.
think that's cool. We can
And
find
it's one of
deeper
the
meaning in
most
boob touching,
yeah, it's one of the most like bombastic, wild anime you'll watch. Like it, nothing makes sense. It's just like because,
but it's not
and
short.
things go crazy.
More is coming, but
Yeah,
you can
it's
catch
short.
up.
It's short right now because it's what I think it's 12 episodes, so you
Yeah,
could watch it now. But there's definitely going to be more seasons
dude,
down the
that
line.
Hotel California episodes, those were
Well, that
crazy.
was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then the Riza arc, which is coming out as a movie, that's going to be super sick. I'm so excited for that. Okay.
All right, last one.
I got one more, and this one I put on here is more of just kind of a left field sort of one. It's also pretty new, but it's for the people who want something a little off kilter. They want something a little different from the norm with anime that you're not maybe seeing all the time, or something that's going to scratch a different itch. And it's called Undead Girl Murder Farce. And there's one season. I don't know if there are going to be more seasons. The pitch I
I've
can give
known.
to you is a headless, or I mean, a bodiless lady lives inside of a bird cage and is like a mastermind detective.
Undead Girl
And
Murder Farce.
yes,
Oh my god, that name is awesome.
yeah, it's great. So this bodiless woman is carried around in a bird cage. She's like Sherlock Holmes basically, and she has this guy who's a half demon, half human, who kind of carries her around and sort of serves as her like servant, like her butler kind of thing, and carries her around. And they solve supernatural mysteries with vampires and werewolves
And
and
Oni.
yeah, and just all sorts of kind of weird stuff. It honestly, it reminds me of like Lord of the Mysteries in its like aesthetic and tone, but completely different story. But
Which
yeah, that
which I need to be watching more of because I haven't watched any more
I
of it. I need to keep watching it.
I kind of put that one on pause because I wanted to just binge that one, because I feel like if
Yeah.
I go week to week, I'm gonna forget everything.
Yeah.
Because it's like I just need
Uh
to sit and watch it all at once.
so I like this because this is kind of like I really like when Western themes get added to Japanese art. So like when I see Darth Vader as a samurai and like
Yeah,
I get like chills. I love the way that looks. And like when you get like the clouds and stuff with him, I'm like, this is so cool.
yeah, or like
And
Batman, Samurai, and like stuff like that. It's
yep,
cool.
I love those things, but I also like the inverse, and I think that's what I'm hearing here is like you get vampires and Oni, and then they're leaving Japan because that's what I was just reading, and they leave
Yep.
Japan for Europe. So like when Japanese like kimono or Japanese like art style is placed in like a Western kind of like I don't want to call it like drudgery, but like kind of like
Yeah,
if you think because it's end of the 19th century, so this is going to be kind of like a kind of dreary and gray, like I don't know,
yeah.
like
Think like
Orwellian
yeah,
like
Orwellian.
world.
Think of like Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Like that's
Yeah.
the
So
aesthetic, right?
I'm sitting here thinking like Jack the Ripper meeting Japanese like versions
Yeah,
of that. And I'm like, that still jives for me.
yeah,
Right? Like it still has the same feeling, right? You're gonna get more of a steampunky kind of feel to it, but it's gonna be fun.
yeah.
Right? Like that's cool.
Absolutely. And yeah, if you're just wanting something a little different, a little off kilter, this is a good one to watch. It's not gonna like blow your mind. I don't think this is gonna be anyone's favorite anime, but it's definitely an enjoyable binge.
Yeah, I think all these are solid picks. I feel like if you wrote down a list right now and was like, "Hey, go watch these things," like you have enough to pick from. Like you have fever dreams to romantic comedies to dark body horror and like some weird 19th century like mechanoid stuff. Like you could just have a lot of fun with everything we've said so far.
Yeah, there's a little bit of everything for everyone. And
Yeah.
if you want to watch all of them, you're only what, like, 12 weekends? You could do it. You can do it.
Yeah, you
We
could do it.
believe in you. Watch more anime.
But Undead Girl Murder Farce is is a like I if anyone ever got close to your name, you'd be like, this is copyright infringement. It's it's an insane name. Oh my
The
god.
opening for it is super vibrant and crazy too. So if you're one of those people who loves a good production value for a OP, you'll probably like this one.
Okay,
Because
and
it's just in your face, colors and patterns and it's a bunch of fun.
okay, now am I crazy? How long is Trigun? Because I
I
want to
think
know.
Trigun's pretty short. I'm not gonna lie.
'Cause
I think it's pretty short.
I might just want to throw just the number of episodes for Trigun out because
It's got to be sub 20.
it
I don't
just
think it's
I don't know why I
crazy long.
can't
Sub
Google.
30. I can. If I navigate away, I'll kill the stream.
No, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Okay, so episode list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to it is the same length as Samurai Champloo. It is 26 episodes. So you can get if you want to do 26 episodes in a movie, which that was almost a Community reference. You could absolutely do it, and you might actually really enjoy it. I love Trigun. I thought it was a solid series. It's fun, it's enjoyable. You may even be able to skip some episodes. Like it doesn't all feel like it fits perfectly, but some of it is just beautifully done. And it's really cool to have a Western like Japanese anime set in a
Yeah.
desert planet. And the creativity with the people there are super great. And then when you get the movie and you get the backstory about the planet, it's so much
Mm,
fun. You
yeah.
will have a blast watching Trigun. So if you want a little bit longer, Samurai Champloo and Trigun. But if
Yeah.
you
And
want really short,
if you like a goofy main character, because you kind of get that.
I would call him like almost pretending. After watching the
Well,
movie and
yeah.
stuff, he is pretending to be a goof
Okay.
because that's all he can do.
Sure.
He feels so much guilt. That's all he can do. He could just like make light of the situation because it's all he has to do it.
There you go.
Because because like he's so good at what he does, like, and I love that. And then oh my gosh, that gun, that big cross gun where he just
Oh,
brings it
yeah.
out and it's so
That thing's
cool.
crazy.
That thing is so cool. And like, hey, like it's you're a gun enthusiast. Like we've got one for you. Get your Black Rifle coffee.
Guns that could never work in real life exist in
Yeah,
this anime.
yeah. And like the way water's done in this and the way like energy is made is so cool. Like it's just a cool show. Cool show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a classic. If you
Yeah.
haven't watched it, it's one of those ones where you're like, "Hey, I'm an anime fan. I should probably watch this." I want to call myself an anime connoisseur. That's definitely on the much must watch list to, on your
And
way to being an anime pro.
when when I think about animes, I think about ones that stick in my brain. Like Full Metal sticks in my brain, One Piece sticks in my brain, Naruto, like I will be driving and thinking of Naruto. But when I think about animes that like might hit the classic mark, FLCL, Fooly Cooly, um, and Samurai Champloo, and I do Trigun. I think about all those. Like periodically, I'll go back and be like, I want to read. I want to be watching that for the first time again. Like I don't want to
Hmm.
know what happens.
I
Like
wish I could forget Cowboy Bebop and rewatch it.
yeah, like just click delete and rewatch some of these because they're just so great. Like some of these
Yeah.
are just so wonderful to watch.
Yeah, and if you're in a downtrodden part of your life, it gets that way sometimes. These are the kind of anime that pull you through because they just
Mhm.
give you that little bit of like, yeah, just that little spark. They're, like I said, they're quick, so you can just get a full conclusion of something. So if you're having one of those like depressed weekends where you're just like, man, nothing's going right and things are so bad right now, these are the type of anime to get you through. These are the characters that you just love.
And let me help you out. If you've been that way for a long time, One Piece, because like it will carry you through for a while.
Yeah. That's when you got to get to the long anime.
Yeah, if you need like the long One Piece. And like you haven't. Oh my gosh. So I don't know if this is true. So I saw this thing that someone said the One Piece flag was banned in a country, and I don't think it's true. So I'm gonna look it up real quick. Yeah. What?
No way.
I don't. I think it's not true. I think this is like a Snopes, like not.
I mean, it
not
wouldn't
true.
surprise me. They're like starting to crack down on like anime censorship, like pretty aggressively.
Okay, so it's not specifically banned, but it is a symbol of protest. This is like the Google AI. So Indonesian authorities are saying that they don't want this One Piece Indonesian flag flying during like protests. Under the law, intent to desecrate or insult or degrade the flag carries a maximum prison sentence. So wow. So it looks like the One Piece flag. So you got to tell me when you get to it, because this is like super great. And this
Luffy
is my
would be
last
proud.
thought. No, there's an Usopp moment. And you're gonna know when it happens.
Okay.
Usopp accidentally shoots a fireball, and it sparks like this. It's a really cool scene. And Usopp so Usopp goes through Alabasta and he does his Usopp thing, but Usopp, Chopper, Nami can't fight. They're awful. But Usopp creates an alter ego called what's his alter ego called? What is it called? Sogeking.
Okay.
And when Sogeking shows up to assist the Straw Hats in their adventures, you need to like, and there's a moment where he like sets a whole image on fire, and I think about the Indonesian flag thing and I go, that's One Piece. like I cannot wait. Like it's fun to have someone else to talk about this stuff with.
Nice.
Because my students are like, I've heard of One Piece, and I'm like, catch up.
It's crazy to me that it's 30 years old and it's more popular now than ever. Like that's so insane that it has managed to go.
I think it's also the history
as it has. Yeah.
Like me and my wife met when I was like 14. Like I can't think of a world that doesn't have her there. Like it's really hard. Like when I think about One Piece, it's like I met One Piece when I was like 10. And so I was like, well,
most of your life has One Piece in it.
Yeah, most of my life has One Piece in it. So at this point, like I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Like when I think about, because I want tattoos and I'm like, I don't know what to get. And I'm like, a devil fruit doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Pretty cool.
Like I would take the Nomi Nomi fruit. Like that'd be awesome.
There you go. That'd be way cool. Yeah, we should normalize anime tattoos in the regular, everyday space.
Shenron, just Shenrons.
Yeah, be sweet. Cool. All right, well, there you go. There are some short animes you can watch in a weekend. So when you do finally get that free weekend that you've been craving for so long, the weekend where you have no chores, no housework, the kind where you just get to sit down and do nothing, those blessed weekends.
That's a dream.
You got a bunch of shows to watch. Hey, I get like 2 a year. I get like 2 of those a year, and they're usually around Christmas. And man, I love them.
So I'm thinking about it, and my Meg sends me a picture. We had a lot of rain here, and the gutters, my back gutter is clogged somehow, and it's the highest part of my roof. And my weekend, she's like, we got to deal with this. I'm like, I'll deal with this weekend. Like, I've got a yard. I've got to clean the house. I got to apparently climb onto the roof and clear out a gutter.
Dude, like, that happened the first time I moved into my house I'm in now. The gutters were clogged before we even moved here because it's just been kind of sitting. And so the very first rainstorm, it was spilling over the gutter and not going down. So I had to go grab a bunch of stuff out. And somehow, in one of the times I grabbed it, my wedding ring came off in there. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's lost. And all of a sudden, it just comes shooting out the downspout. And my ring is just chilling in the yard. I was like, so lucky. And it's hilarious. Like,
okay, so speaking of lost wedding rings, because I lost this one right here. I have 2. You'll notice I lost this one right here. And my hand wasn't apparently I've gotten fatter. My hand wasn't big enough for this ring, and it just slid just a little bit. But I took my jacket off one day, and I did this, and it bounced on the floor and disappeared. And it's the Lord of the Rings ring. It has the script on it and everything. So I was like, it's gone. It didn't want it anymore. So for like the next 4 years, nothing. My during COVID, my dishwasher breaks and I pull it out. It is all the way under it,
And then you're
all the
Bilbo.
way in the
You're
back.
like, what's this? What's this? A friend.
Yeah, and I just jump up and down for joy. It's like, my precious, right? Like, it's so great. Yeah. Good
All
times.
right. Well, there's some fun wedding ring stories and gutter stories. So
Dad-ime.
I think that checks us off as dads. Yep. We're talking about gutters. All right. Well, all right, everybody. Have a good night. Well, it's night for us. Have a good, life. See you in the next
That's
episode.
not his famous last words.
Stay safe. And, watch more anime. We all deserve a little more anime in our life. So, all right. Peace.